Yo, what's up guys? It is Luminosity Retals. Today I am back with, as always, the North American Split 1 Open Qualifier 3. Not Regional 3, Open Qualifier 3. There's a difference. Now, ask me, I don't know. I think Regional sounds better. I'm going to keep saying Regional. I only say Open Qual to appease the format gods. But, if you don't know, I do a recap video after every Regional we play in. And we have just finished our third regional for the first split, which is the last regional for the last split. If you guys don't follow the esports side at all, basically, our year-long season looks like 2 splits, 3 regionals each split, international major, 3 regionals, international major, world championship. That's what it looks like this year. We have just finished the last one for the first split, going into the first major, and we have qualified as the 3 seed from North America. NA gets 4 teams, EU gets 4 teams, MENA, South America, Australia get 2, APAC and SSA both get 1 each. So, we have, they dropped it a spot from NA in last season, and we still qualified as the 3 seed as we did last split. If you remember from last season with Optic, with AJ, who you are also watching on this field right now. This was an interesting tournament. I think that, all 3 of us didn't play great. I think this is the worst Rocket League we played all split. Thankfully, we put ourselves in such a good spot last regional where we got a top 2, where we didn't really need much. We were coming into the regional as the 3 seed, 5 points ahead of Dignitas and 6 points ahead of everyone else. There were a lot of teams tied at 12 and we were at 18. I don't think our practice was very good this week. I think, not bad habits, but I think nerves got to us really bad. And I think that we struggled. We struggled all week in practice. We struggled on Friday. We struggled on Saturday when we played. It wasn't great. It was just a bad week from us. And it's something that we'll have to figure out. But without further ado, we had first round. If you don't know the format, it is a Swiss. So win 3 before you lose 3. You play only teams with the same record as you. So if we win our first series, we will play a team that's 1-0. If we lose our first 2 series, we'll play a team that's 0-2. We run into Dig first series, which, if you've been following, you know that's a team that we've struggled against this season. They've beat us quite a few times. We haven't beat them yet in a tournament with this roster. So, and I've spoken very highly of him this season, but I give a lot of that credit to Arsenal. He's playing very, very, very good Rocket League. He's very hard to play against. And I think this is the best he's played since SSG with me and Sip. I do think this is the best Rocket League he's played in a long time. So I want to give credit to him. But if you watch the series, it wasn't great. We conceded 2-0 back-to-back. It was tied 1-1 in the series after 2 games. Games 3 and 4, we were up by 1 with 0 seconds left and conceded twice and lost both overtimes to lose the series 3-1. It was just a choke. It is what it is, and I do blame a lot of this on nerves. I think we came into this regional with a much better way of playing them, and we were very confident, and we just messed up twice, and it really is what it is. It was the difference between 1-3 or 3-1, and it's a good team. Like I said before this regional, we were the 3 seed, they were the 4 seed. So the fact that we were playing first round was only because they lost in qualifiers to Omelet, also another strong side recently, but it was a series we weren't really looking forward to, I won't lie. I'll always be confident in my team, but Dig's a team we struggle with. G2, obviously. OG, another one we struggle with, who we end up losing to in this tournament. But those are 3 teams, obviously. Probably Gen G, we haven't played them yet. But those are the 4 teams that we look at and are okay, we need to be on our game. And we weren't for series number 1. So we drop series number 1 to Dignitas, which means we go down to the 0-1 match, which means we play the Muffin Men, the last tournament of Squishy's career. Want to shout him out. He's someone that I've competed against. He's been on top of the game, years before I was pro, and I've been pro for 5 years now or so. So he's been doing it a long time. You got to give your flowers to one of NA's best. We were never, boys or really close or anything or teammates, but it was fun competing against him. Great career. One of on the Mount Rushmore for sure. And, shout out Squishy to a great career. However, we beat them 14-1 in goals. So, it was good. It was a good series. It was a fun series. But, that's not a team that we felt we were going to struggle with on this weekend. We actually went, basically Game 5, not Game 5 overtime, but we went Game 5 with them in Regional 2. But we came in hot this regional for this matchup in particular. We played super confident. and we were on it. I mean, we looked great mechanically. Series number 3 in the 1-1 round was M80, who you're watching game 5 of the M80 series right now. M80 is a team that we haven't played yet. I'll split. Obviously, we from them. We play them, you know, weekly, but that save is insane. We play them weekly, but hadn't played them in an official yet. And this is a series we were looking forward to because we felt very, very, very confident against this team. Stylistically, we think we play into them really well. And we end up winning in game 5 overtime. Now, if you watch the next 2 minutes, you will say, how did you guys win? I should score this right here. I was actually so mad at myself for not scoring this. I know. We should not have won this series. I want that to be known. Like, this should not have been a win. Like, we played, actually, okay, that's not true. Game 5 should not have been a win. Games 1 through 4, I think we played all right. I don't know how we didn't lose this overtime. You will see what I'm talking about. But, again, like I said, I think this was our worst weekend. I think if under different circumstances, you know, you can say for every team. You know, this team could say under different circumstances they beat us, which is true. But I think if we had played, you know, close to how we play averagely, like on an average level, I think this series wouldn't have been very close. But we didn't. We just had a bad weekend. It is what it is. It was just very stressful for all of us. And, you know, again, you can say that about every team. I'm not making excuses. We honestly couldn't afford to have as bad of a weekend as we did. And we're very blessed to make the major with how we played this weekend. But it's something we're going to have to figure out. And it's something that, you know, we can breathe a sigh of relief that we made it. But we definitely can't be comfortable with how we play because we played awful. You know, with the different Swiss, I don't know if we make top 8. It just wasn't great. Wasn't a great day from us. But we win this series in 5. And we move on to the 2-1 match where we find Omelet. Omelet's a team we've played a few times. And we lost them once in the offseason, but we beat them every other time since then. I think we're 3-1 or something like that against them. We felt very good. We felt very confident, especially after this win. And it's a team that I do give a lot of respect to. This is the worst challenge of my entire life, and the fact that it didn't go in is unreal. I will give a lot of respect to that Omelet team. I think they really do try to play good Rocket League, and I think they do play good Rocket League. You know, they took G2 to 7, they're the only team to take G2 to 7 this season. Actually, that's not true. Gen G beat them after, but you know what I mean. Until then, they were the only team to take G2 to 7. And, you know, you got to respect it. They play good Rocket League. They beat us in 5. Again, it's a series that I wish we could get back. I think all of us do. Because we just, like I said, and I'm going to say it the entire video because we didn't play great. We had a bad week. And we have no one to blame but ourselves. Thankfully, we're still in the major. But we lose that in 5, and we pull Boulevard, which... nice little triple come here. Pulling Boulevard in round 5 is unreal. Like, I was sitting there, like, asking who we played. When I got told we played Boulevard after losing to Omelet, I was like, we're the luckiest team on the planet. What I will say is Boulevard had an unreal regional for, you know, the level of those 3 players. I think all 3 of them are good, but they brought us to 5, and honestly, we probably should have lost that series. But, you know, Repeat and Alvarez in particular were playing very good Rocket League, and I respect that. By the way, this is the last game of the OG series. I'm plugging my headset. So we beat them in 5. Round 5, we went round 5 every single regional this split, and we won. We went 3-2 every regional. We won every one of our round 5s, which is icy, I guess. I mean, I don't know how we won this one. I'm not gonna lie. We should have lost to Boulevard. And I don't know if that's completely on us. I think they played good. Like, they didn't play a bad series. I respect them a lot for it. I think we were definitely caught off guard with how hard it was because they just played well. But we made it through. We lived. So at this point, we had made top 8. We are now playing OG for a spot in the top 4 and also to clinch our own major odds. Like, our own major. We don't have to rely on anyone else. If we win this series, we are in. And then Q what happened. Basically, and I've said this before, I said this in my last recap video, that OG team is very good. It's a team that we struggle with in practice hard. We struggle very hard with this team in practice. And we beat them last regional, and it didn't feel all that rewarding because they didn't play great. I think we did play good, but they did not play great at all. And, you know, both things can be true at once. But I knew, you know, going into the second regional when we played them in the semifinal, my roommate, who was also the coach of G2, Sathy, was like, how do you feel against them? And I was like, honestly, I don't know. I think this is like the most 50-50 series of all time. And, you know, it's kind of how I feel. They play good Rocket League. They play, you know, out of every team in NA, they play the most similar to us. And they looked unreal. You know, you gotta give you respect where it's due. They play good Rocket League. They're very disciplined with their challenges, you know, with their second man just fakes. Just the way they play defense, the way they play offense is very impressive. Definitely the most, I wouldn't say the most structured team I've ever played against, but definitely the most disciplined. I mean, it's just a group of smart guys that play smart Rocket League, and I respect it, because it's not something that you play against very often. You know, I will say I see it a little bit with Omelet, not as much as OG, but it's just, they just play good Rocket League, and I do love the way they play. It's unfortunate, it's annoying to play against, but we do lose this series in Game 6, which you're watching right now. It was a tough loss. None of us played great. I scored some nice goals, but I also own gold quite a few times, so it is what it is. I think, you know, if one of us or two of us played a little better, we could force 7. We could maybe win the series. I don't think this matchup will ever be lopsided. I think we're going to be trading blows with them all season. You know, they qualified for the major as well. They were the 4 seed, so, you know, by points, we are the 3rd and they're the 4th best team in North America. So it's never going to be easy. But I will say, after we lost to them, we needed basically the entire world to go against us. It would have been the only way we didn't make the major was basically, and there's other scenarios too, but basically TSM OG final, and TSM would have had to won it, and then we would have played OG in a tiebreaker, and we would have had to lost the tiebreaker. That's how we would have had to not make the major. And teams like G2 and Gen G are still in the tournament. It just wasn't going to happen. You know, obviously we were holding our breath. It wasn't like, we weren't super eased. Our minds weren't super eased, but we put ourselves in a good enough spot. If we don't make the major, we don't make the major, but you know, but everyone gets some sleep tonight. We'll talk about it in the morning. And Gen G beating OG 4-2 clinched our spot at the major. This split was interesting. I think we showed maybe 60%, 70% of how good we can play. I think we had glimpses. I think, you know, you can go back to our NRG quarterfinal, which, you know, obviously people talk about NRG's, you know, side not being very strong, but the way we played was fantastic. We've had series where we play unreal. We've had series where we play okay. You know, that includes the M80 series. That includes the SSG series last regional, you know, when we played them in Swiss. I think there's a lot of work to be done, but I'm very comfortable with this group of players. I think that, you know, one of the most talented teams I've had, and also one of the most cohesive. You know, I have the utmost trust in these two, you know, just to be good teammates, to be, you know, good people. They're fun to play with. They're fun to talk to. They're fun to study with. This is the most, like, prepping I've ever done with the team, and I love it. Like, I'm enjoying this season more than I've ever enjoyed a season, you know, ever. Maybe season X SSG, but other than that, like, this is the team I love playing with. So we're getting there. We're getting there. We got about 3 weeks till the major. It starts last week of March. I think it's the 27th. We have Furia first round, the #1 team from Sam. I'm really excited for that matchup, actually. I love playing the Furia boys. We played them a lot last year. Obviously, different roster now, but it's a team we feel pretty comfortable against. You know, their style of playing, but you know, they've won 2 regionals in Sam. They look really good, so it's gonna be fun. We got a lot of prep. We will be boot camping in Europe the week before, so we'll be able to get that good practice in. But you know, I appreciate all the fans. There was a lot of doubt surrounding our team this offseason. Even, you know, this season, there's still doubt surrounding our team. You know, people saying we got lucky brackets or lucky pools or whatever it is. And you know, we're excited to keep showing you guys. We're excited to keep overperforming in a lot of your guys' eyes, but you know, in our eyes, we're just excited to keep showing you guys how we play and how we want to play, because this is really where we expected ourselves to be. You know, at the beginning of the season, we were like, okay, G2 and Gen G are 2 super teams. Why aren't we 3rd? And you know, here we are as a 3rd seed. So, as always, if you guys do enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and comment. Daily YouTube posts, hopefully. You know, I hope that I can get back on track and have a bunch of stuff pre-recorded for when I go to Copenhagen. But if not, you know, for the people that don't follow the esports side, please tune in when you can. But yeah, I'm excited. I haven't played a LAN in Europe since London, which was July of 2022. It's been a year and a half, a little over almost, which is nuts. You know, it's been a long time. So if any European fans are planning on coming to the event, come hang out, come say hi. I'll be walking around the venue the entire time, so don't be nervous to say hi. Come get a picture, come talk to me for a little bit. I will be around. I appreciate you guys for watching. As always, it's all love, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.